It's Picaroon, the new family strategy game from the creator of Apples to Apples. Simple game rules. All players should sit equally spaced around the game board. Here we have Cole, Sophia, Bryce, and Dauphine sitting around the table. All players take 12 gold pieces, 15 if there are more than 4 players in the game. All players also take 5 dice of a color of their choice. Lay out all the treasure cards face up. Find the 11 treasure cards that have a red square around them. These are not to be used. The graveyard board, the smaller one, is also not used at this level. The special, big, 12-sided die with the marks on it will not be used at this level as well. Once the treasure cards with the red square are eliminated, turn over the remaining cards, shuffle them, and place them on the game board. Don't put any cards on the row and column that show the die marks. There are 36 spaces and 36 cards. The game is about rolling dice in order to win treasure cards. The object of the game is to be the first player to collect 3 of the same color, or 3 of the same category, or 10 total pearls. 3 blues will win the game, 3 yellows, 3 reds, or 3 greens will win the game. 3 weapons will win the game, 3 foods, 3 loots, 3 friends, or 3 jewelries will win the game. Or, you can also be the first to collect pearl treasure cards that amount to a total of 10 pearls. If at the end of the game, when all the treasure cards are pulled off the board and none of these things happen, then the winner is the one who has the most number of pearls. Let's play a sample turn. We will have Cole, Sophia, Bryce, and Dauphine playing the game. We start the game with Cole's turn. At the start of your turn, you collect from the bank 2 gold pieces. Roll your dice to try to win a treasure card. Rolling 2 dice is free, rolling 3 dice costs 1 gold piece for 2 gold pieces, and rolling 5 dice costs 3 gold pieces. The more dice you roll, the better your chance of getting the highest score and winning the treasure card. In this game, Cole decides to pay 1 gold piece to the bank and rolls 3 dice. He gets an 11. Sophia pays 2 gold pieces and rolls 4 dice for a total of 14. Bryce decides to roll 2 dice and not have to pay any gold pieces. He gets an 8. Dauphine pays 2 to the bank, rolls 4 for a total of 17. This is the highest roll and she becomes the one to beat. Once all players have rolled, it's time for the re-roll round. Everyone, but the one to beat, has to decide whether or not they want to re-roll. Nobody has to re-roll if they don't want to. It costs 2 gold pieces to roll the same number of dice as before, plus 1 gold piece for every extra die rolled. Cole decides not to re-roll. Sophia goes for it and pays 2 gold pieces. She only rolls a 16. Bryce doesn't want to re-roll his 2 dice. Dauphine doesn't need to re-roll. She is the one to beat. Sophia's re-roll is still not enough to beat the highest roll, 17. Since no one else decides to re-roll for this round, Dauphine is the winner and gets to choose a treasure card from the board. She has to choose a card that corresponds to her winning dice. She can choose a treasure card on the 6-6 space. Or she can use her 3-6 combination. She can choose either the 6-column 3-row or the 3-column 6-row. Or she can use her 2-6 combination. She can go with the 6-column 2-row or the 2-column 6-row. Or she can use her 3-2 combination. She can go with the 2-column 3-row, or the 3-column 2-row. Dauphine can take any one of these treasure cards. She elects to take a card from the 3-column 2-row space. The card is turned up for all to see and put in front of the winning player. The game continues with Sophia getting the turn, taking her income and starting the rolling of the dice to try to win a treasure card. The whole process repeats until someone gets 3 in a color, or 3 in a category, or 10 pearls. If that doesn't happen before all the treasure cards are pulled off the board, then the winner is the one with the most total pearls. Here are some other treasure cards you need to know about. The scorpion, snake, jellyfish, and quicksand all cause bad things to happen to the player that pulls them. Once pulled, the player obeys the card and then the card is discarded out of the game and not available again. The choose treasure cards allow the player to choose between taking 2 gold pieces from the bank and then proceeding to pull any available treasure card off the board, or a player can choose to try to steal any other player's treasure card by getting a higher amount on 2 dice. The stealing player rolls first. Here, Cole wins with 9 and takes his choice of one of Bryce's treasure cards. If the stealing player can't outroll their opponent, then they get nothing for this turn. The nothing treasure card is to be kept and is only useful in blind trades or when asked to discard. In blind trades, 2 players randomly swap a single treasure card apiece. The players turn over their cards and mix them up. Then they each blindly take 1 card from the other. Here the ring and the parrot treasure cards are blindly swapped between Sophia and Dauphine. At the beginning of a player's turn, a player can cash in any of their treasure cards, as many as they want. The trade-in value of the card is listed on the front. Once traded in, a treasure card is out of the game for good. Here are some special circumstances to consider. When first rolling dice in order to win a treasure card, a roll of doubles wins a player 2 gold pieces. Rolling triples wins a player 3 gold pieces. 4 for 4 dice the same, and 5 for 5. Later in the game, there will be times when the winning dice correspond only to blank spaces on the game board. Here, the 4, 5, and 6 dice spaces are all gone. When this happens, the player has to pay a gold piece to the bank to re-roll their winning dice. The new dice are now the ones that they can take a treasure card from. Here, Cole has all these new choices based on his new rolled dice. If you don't have a gold piece to pay to the bank, you can't re-roll and you don't get a treasure card. Sorry. The dice tiebreaker rules are as follows. The first tiebreaker is the fewer number of dice rolled. Here 2 dice beats 3. The second tiebreaker is a higher number on the dice. Here the 6 beats the 5. If players roll identical dice in every way, then those players who are tied just roll another die. Whoever has the highest roll is the one to beat. If, in the unlikely scenario where all treasure cards are taken off the board and no player has 3 of a color, or category, or 10 pearls, or more pearls than anyone else, then the winner is the one who has the most number of treasure cards.